FreeMMOStation.com.
Every time we make a top 10, we get complaints about how most of the highly anticipated games are Asian. And yeah, we like the idea of moving to South Korea, or never playing these games such as Peria Chronicles or Black Desert Online just as much as you do. But we can't ignore these great MMOs. Fear not, this time we're making a top 10 of the awesome upcoming games that aren't from Asia. Yes, not a single one of these comes from Asia, it's either North American or Europe. We're stretching it a bit, sure, but we wanted to share with you what these regions have in store, and it's a lot of good stuff. Here's the top 10 most anticipated free Western MMO games of 2014 to 2015.
Number 10.
Chroma is the brainchild of a music game expert HARMONIX, makers of Rock Band and Dance Central. But this is an FPS, and since the studio isn't exactly experienced in the genre, it teamed up with Hidden Path Entertainment, creators of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is a free-to-play music-driven first-person shooter, and while our initial reaction is, what the heck? We couldn't be more curious about how it's going to turn out. Being able to pick your weapon according to your personal music taste is something that many of you certainly will enjoy. With the soundtrack affecting combat and the way the landscape looks, this is shaping up to be a team-based shooter that looks and sounds like nothing else. Will it be an oral mess or music to our ears? The recent news concerning a substantial retooling of the game leaves us a bit skeptic, but we really want this to work, so fingers crossed.
Number 9.
It's not easy being a racing game in the free-to-play arena. Auto Club Revolution isn't living up to initial expectations, and Ridge Racer Driftopia just called it quits less than a year after entering beta. So now our hopes turn to World of Speed. From the makers of the extremely ambitious Project Cars, World of Speed definitely looks the part, and the handling tends to lean more towards the arcadish kind of feel. The focus on team racing sounds like a good thing to us, with objectives such as leading the race for 120 seconds contributing to the overall completion. World of Speed could turn out to be a pretty fun game.
Number 8.
World of Warships is the third game on the popular franchise that began with the worldwide hit World of Tanks, and then took to the skies with World of Warplanes. World of Warships should feature a much more tactical gameplay than the previous games, making it more appealing to players who like to plan their moves and watch things unfold at a slower pace. A game for pure strategic masterminds, but also part of the global conflict that the three games contribute to create. World of Warships barely has any competition, but we're confident wargaming won't rest on its laurels and will create an engaging tactical experience.
Number 7.
The ALLODS team is working on Skyforge since 2010, and while the studio already has a pretty nice ALLODS Online in its catalog, we are more excited for this MMORPG because they managed to bring Obsidian Entertainment aboard. The acclaimed North American studio is known for its storytelling abilities, and that's exactly what we are hoping that they'll bring to Skyforge, a game where you begin as a regular nobody and become a god. There's no experience levels to suffer through, and the hybrid combat system looks pretty fun, as well as the ambiguous world where technology lives alongside mystical creatures. Lots of potential here, but still much to be revealed.
Number 6.
Battlecry is the first game from a new Bethesda studio and is shaping up to be quite an awesome team-based action game with 32-player battles and a steampunk game world designed by Viktor Antonov of Half-Life 2 and Dishonored fame. This game has the potential to become a true fan favorite. Visuals are highly stylized in a way that isn't quite reality but also still not cartoonish, giving it a slight Team Fortress 2 kind of flavor, only in third person and with a lot of blood and decapitations to go. Battlecry has everything going for it, so let's hope gameplay is as dynamic and skill-based as it's said to be.
Number 5.
It would be really weird if the studio that made the MOBA genre famous didn't actually have a MOBA in its catalog. Blizzard is finally putting the finishing touches on Hero of the Storm, a MOBA that has a few cool ideas to it, such as the dynamic arenas. But when your name is Blizzard, and you have such a strong and worldwide famous history in video games, the big feature in Heroes of the Storm is the roster. With heroes spanning all the big franchises, Diablo, Warcraft, StarCraft, this is one that's going to surely capture the heart of many Blizzard fans.
Number 4.
H1Z1 won't certainly win any awards for originality, but when DayZ is taking all the attention of the zombie fans, who can really blame Sony? If they manage to improve on the original idea and make an even more immersive, persistent MMO survival game, then they will have a winner on their hands. The idea of freeform gameplay is one that is attracting a lot of attention in recent years, and many studios are now finally exploring the idea to its full potential. We like the theme park rides, but H1Z1, if it turns out to be a sandbox zombie MMORPG of our dreams, then it could very well make our lives, our real lives, bite the dust.
Number 3.
There's no way in hell anyone can say with a serious face that Fortnite isn't inspired in the colossal success that is Minecraft. But we're okay with that. After all, great ideas can sometimes turn into something even more special, or at least fun. Fortnite will hardly make the same impression as Minecraft did, but it looks like a fun mix of Team Fortress 2 cartoon visuals and the building frenzy of the Mojang Classic. It's not the best showcase of the Unreal Engine 4, but it looks nice, and the procedurally generated campaigns should feature a lot of destructible elements. This is a perfect example of a game that doesn't try to break new ground, but could very well grab you for the many months and become extremely addictive.
Number 2.
Don't call it EverQuest Next Landmark anymore. Now it's just Landmark only. Sony Online's ambitious prelude to EverQuest Next is an exciting world, one that is still very much in construction as we speak. This is more of a tool than a game, but one where you can use your imagination and lose yourself in your creations, spending days gathering materials and planning your next steps like the greatest architect of them all. Even if you're not the best builder, exploring the creations of the other players is enough to make your jaw drop and motivate you for another go at that amazing idea you have. Landmark is like Minecraft for those who don't like blocky graphics.
And number 1.
We couldn't be happier to see Epic Games bringing back one of the most beloved franchises of all time. Believe it or not, there was a time when Epic Games wasn't synonymous to Gears of War. A time when competitive FPSs were actually something of a cool new thing, and we usually had less of a handful of good games to choose from. It was either Unreal Tournament or Quake 3 Arena. The series needed a well-deserved rest, and is now returning with a new approach. Free, and it made in collaboration with players. It's a game where you contribute with your ideas during the development, and when it finally launches, you can create your own content and hopefully make a few bucks with it. The Unreal Engine 4 will certainly make it look outstanding, and if it keeps the dynamic gameplay and fast pace of the previous game, it will make oh so many current online shooters disappear in a puff of smoke. These are our choices so far. We had other contenders that could also turn out to be great games, but it was either a case of close but no cigar, or we need more info before making proper judgment. In case you're wondering, you should also keep an eye out on games such as Trove, Hunt, Albion Online, or Human Element. Let us know your opinions in the comments below. Like and subscribe to FreeMMOStation for more top 10s and gaming goodness.
Still not sick and tired of all the MOBAs yet? Good for you, because the developers of Heroes of New Earth has just announced another one, Strike. This is another free-to-play MOBA, and the studio expects the two games to compete between